Coming up on Texas Voices, the power couple that changed Waco's entertainment landscape and united the community to be one music family.
It was such a magical place and we built such a strong bond.
From open mic nights to becoming a music-friendly community, how Katie Selman and Jacob Green continue to break barriers for local musicians. Plus, from Waco to the world, meet the artist named Pirscription.
We do the live band and we have the whole band behind us. You can't deny the music.
The success he and producer C Walka earned on his just-released album, This Is Change. And an inspiring story you'll never forget.
And they told me that I would have to learn how to count, to walk, to talk.
How model Elise Tate didn't let brain surgery stop her from becoming a model. Texas Voices features the artists, musicians, and creatives of our great state next.
Stoke the fire and keep on digging. Make the most of what you're giving. It may seem cold and it may seem tough. Even steel will bend when you heat it up. You're on the road to better days. If you can outlast the sun and outlast the rain, ain't a lot of hard lessons made. Let me tell you, son, soon you're gonna show us how it's done.
Welcome to Waco. I'm Lindsay Littman, the host of Texas Voices, and today I'm sitting down with some old friends who are finding new ways of making Waco's entertainment and music scene a standout. Meet Katie Selman and Jacob Green, who are keeping Waco loud and classy. It is so awesome to be sitting with you guys because really it feels like y'all are family, and what you've built here at Stay Classy is a family. So tell me a little bit about how that all really started.
Yeah, absolutely. So a couple years ago, literally 2 years ago, we connected with the owners of Classy Glass, which was what Stay Classy was prior. And we started doing an open mic there, hosted by Terry Blues. We did an open mic every single Monday, all kinds of genres. The place was packed. It gave you so much life being there, and we did that for 2 solid years. It was such a magical place, and we built such a strong bond.
The opportunity to purchase Classy Glass came up, and we pounced on it instantly.
Yeah, it was fun, very quick. And the best thing about it is, we got to make it our own, but now Carrie and JP get to sit at the bar and enjoy. They get to sit on the other side of the bar and enjoy a cocktail or wine. In fact, they were here just last night, and it's been a really fun, a fun transition.
It was really important to us to pay homage to what they had built. So that's where Stay Classy came from. It changed the classy with a K to classy with a C. And it was also a call to action to the city of Waco. Hey, come here, be classy, stay classy.
If you feel like it.
Yeah.
What's the next chapter for Keep Waco Loud?
I think we reached a point where we realized we accomplished what we initially came to do.
All the performers that were doing our open mics were now in bands, and they were getting paid gigs.
And so we decided, okay, great. These other open mics are popping up around town. That's exactly what we wanted. There's more stages, more opportunity. How can we now grow with the city? And it's gonna be more of a masterclass type situation where we have a featured performer who's gonna get interviewed and talk about gigging, their craft, what it was like at the beginning for them, lessons they learned. It's gonna be different each time. It'll be less often, so not weekly, it'll be most likely monthly or even bi-monthly, and having a select number of open mic slots available that evening as well.
One of the things that I love about what you've built here at Stay Classy is that what's outside of your front door reflects what's inside here. And I think that's so important, that you have a place that anybody will feel welcome coming into. And that's really unique, because a lot of places will have a target audience, or they will have a certain demographic of folks or age or whatever it is that they're catering to. But you guys, literally, everyone eats at your table. Everyone is welcome here. And I think it's a reflection as well in the direction that the new Waco is going.
Well, that's exactly the kind of Waco I want to see. You know, we're going on a trajectory right now of enormous growth. And I want to make sure, and I think a lot of the people in power also really want to make sure that Waco grows in the right direction. Everybody's got a seat. Everybody has a place to be and perform and drink and eat, and nobody doesn't feel welcome. And, you know, I have people ask us all the time, you know, what is your target demographic? And there is no target demographic. If you're between the ages of 21 and 105, 106-year-olds are also welcome. We just don't have a lot of them.
Those 106-year-olds, they get crazy.
They're wild.
You're welcome here, and people tell me that all the time. Like, this is a diverse bar, and it just it fills my soul. It fills my cup. It is a diverse, fun place that, you know, just like with Keep Waco Loud, I wanted to create events that I wanted to go to. So with Stay Classy, I created a bar that I want to be at, and I hope a lot of other people want to be at.
It's to create an off-ramp from 35 between Dallas and Austin for all these incredibly talented, huge national stars to stop and say, oh, there's something going on here in Waco.
I can't wait to see on a back of a tour t-shirt one day of some big artist, Waco, Texas, and it's just, I know it's on the horizon. It's gonna happen. It's just a matter of when, and hopefully very soon. One of the first things my dad told me when I opened the bar was, nobody is going to love your bar the way that you love your bar. And that's one of the reasons why me and Jacob make sure that our hands and our hearts are in every single piece of this. Everything we've designed, we are here 99% of the time. You will find us here behind the bar. You know, I bartend, Jacob will be in the kitchen.
I painted this entire room.
He did paint this entire room. Making sure that our heart and souls and everything that we give is in this bar. It is literally our child, and that's the best advice, because no one is gonna take care of it the way that we will take care of it.
Up next, Katie and Jacob make their signature cocktail. But first,
for a flash to the road, duffel bag full of problems, I know.
Artist Pirscription meets us at the studio to talk about his latest EP that hit the top of the hip hop charts. High above the town of West Texas is a sign that hard work in the underground hip hop scene
Super dope moment, super dope moment.
is looking up for Artist Pirscription.
when the billboard went up, what was that moment like for you?
I think the main thing about the billboard that really resonated with me was just being from the small town of West. I never really got a whole lot of like support out in West, you know what I mean? But I've always stayed working, and that's why we flourished in Waco so much and all these other cities.
Pirscription has been in the game for almost 2 decades, and supporters, like the business who paid for the billboard, are rallying behind his latest project.
Oh man, it's everything. I feel like that's something a lot of people don't have, and it makes a big difference. And at times I haven't had it. Over the years, I feel like I've grown. That's one of the things that has grown. That's one of the places of growth, has been the support that has followed me now, because I just feel like we try to put not only my best foot forward, but I try to help everybody else put their best foot forward. And I just feel like the universe be looking out for me.
This seems like a turning point in your music. Do you feel that way?
I think so, for sure. Aside from mainly doing unoriginal music in the past and making that change to all original, just the content itself definitely has a lot of growth in it. I feel like it's progressed over the years through what goes on in my life and everything else. And I definitely feel a huge change. That's why I wanted to name it This Is Change, because I feel like it's really what it represented.
The success of This Is Change has him topping the iTunes charts and putting a spotlight on Waco hip-hop.
Set the goal to hit the iTunes charts. That was the goal, and we accomplished that goal. And it was like, once I accomplished that goal, which it was amazing, it was amazing I think we started at number 9 and number 90, and that's on the hip hop and on the all genre. And I think we got all the way up to number 3 and number 23. And then we were on there for 3.5 days. And in that time span, I feel like I accomplished my goal to hit the charts, but once I hit the charts, I should have had the goal to be on the charts for a week. It never even crossed my mind. I was like, oh shit, we hit the charts. Like, what's next? You know what I mean?
We sat down at producer C Walka's studio in Temple, where they collaborated on the EP.
Just kind of got on a schedule. We kind of hit it every week. Like every week, hey, I'll be there this day, this week, this day, this week, this way. Like, and we would just come and get in the zone. And I couldn't have picked a better place to do it. I feel like he really captured the sound I was going for. He put me in the professional level of sound I was going for. He made me real comfortable with how my voice sounded. To me, it sounded like a step up, and I'm always looking for a step up, man. Always looking for a step up.
Yeah, we just lock in. When he pulls up, we just lock in, and we just get to work on different things. Whatever the vibe is that day, everything's organic. Like, there's nothing premeditated or anything like that. It's just, okay, what we got? What is it? How we feeling today? So I just pull out the keyboard, turn it on, we just get to work. He'll start writing, and about an hour and a half later, we have what we have. So
Every song, every beat is earned in this studio.
It's liberating. That's the word for me. Like, clocking in every day, doing a 9 to 5. Like, I just couldn't do that. And there was, at one point back in like 2011, 2012, I was sleeping in my car. Now it's the complete opposite of that now. So just the grind, the journey, and everything is what makes it so beautiful. Like, I've already reached my goal on what I wanted to do musically. Now everything else is just icing on the cake.
On average, he produces 70 songs a week and has become a sought-after producer for local and national artists.
Do know I like a big sound. I like a full sound. I love the pop, R&B. That's the sound that I like to make. But I can get into any bag. It doesn't matter what it is. But for the most part, that's pretty much where I sit.
Both bricklayers for a scene that continues to explode beyond Central Texas. Pirscription's private hip-hop podcast has become a platform for artists to grow.
Man, we do the podcast, music reviews, we throw events, we bring headliners to the city, we throw all local shows, we try to do anything that we can to shed a light on hip-hop in Waco or hip-hop in Texas, underground local hip-hop. Man, we try to just stay giving back and keep everybody working. I feel like the music scene in Central Texas and Texas as a whole would have a lot more action if everybody just stayed consistent and stay working.
Welcome back. A cancer diagnosis didn't stop the dream of model Elise Tate, and now she shares her story to inspire others.
Elise Tate is a natural in front of the camera. But behind her smile is an incredible story of survival.
I'm born and raised in Waco, Texas. I wanted to go to the Air Force after high school, but the night I graduated, I had a seizure in my sleep. And I was sleeping with my sister that night, so she heard everything. She said I was like gasping for air, and I played so much she thought I was playing. So she turned on the light and seen blood coming out of my mouth. And so she went and woke my dad up. All I remember was waking up in the ambulance, and I was like, am I gonna die? And I just went back to sleep. And then next thing you know, I woke up in the hospital. They ran the test and they found a spot on my brain. So they sent me to the Children's Hospital in Dallas where they said it was a tumor.
Doctors monitored the tumor, and a year later, she went back to the hospital for surgery.
In that moment, what were some of the things kind of running through your head? Because you're at such a turning point in your life of, my life's about to start, and you get this diagnosis.
I was like, I'm gonna be okay. Like, it was literally just God. I had to keep God on my mind, stay prayed up, stay focused on His word, and I was just trying to keep my family positive and up because, they were worried more than I was. And I'm like, hey, I'm gonna be okay, I'm fine.
The reality was, she might not be the same person again.
And they told me that I would have to learn how to count, to walk, to talk. I just was praying that I would wake up the same. And I did.
Even smiling as she left the ICU with a teddy bear and balloons in her hands and a full heart.
I came out of that surgery I remembered everything. I didn't have to relearn anything. I was walking out the hospital 3 days later, and I haven't had any seizures since.
It turns out the tumor was cancerous, something she didn't learn until they did a biopsy.
When you feel the scar on your head, I'm sure you're thinking, wow, like I have survived something that that some people don't make it.
I would say my winning season by Jacqueline Carr. That was the song I listened to all the time.
You will win, win. You will win.
2 years later, she launched her modeling career and wants to take her talent to the big screen and share the story that anything is possible.
Try to tell it as much as possible because I know that's why I went through it, for God to be glorified in the end. It's a part of life. We're gonna face something all the time. But if you step over that and you get over it, like, just keep going, keep going. Whatever you're going through does not define you. We have a whole life ahead of us, and it's not over until God says it's over. So just keep going. Stay positive. That's the biggest thing.
Lay your hands on yourself and say this is my winning season. It's my winning season. Speak to your season.
Welcome back. Of course, we can't leave Stay Classy without having one of their signature cocktails. And so Katie is going to make us something that you literally, this is your soul drink. Spirit animal drink.
This is absolutely my spirit animal drink. This is a drink that is, again, inspired by our favorite drink from when we lived in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
It was from a bar called Rockarola, so we brought it to Waco. It is served in a signature New York coffee cup. If you go to any coffee bodega or coffee stand in New York, you're gonna get coffee served in this.
I love that.
So rightfully so, we named this Bodega Coffee.
And I said, what is this going to taste like, Katie? And you said,
Amazingness.
Awesome.
It's literally like, I didn't care if it was negative 10 degrees outside.
Yeah.
I would still order this drink. It would warm my soul.
let's do it.
The base of the Bodega coffee, of course, is a little bit of condensed milk and a little bit of almond milk. And the reason why I actually used almond milk instead of creamer is I just didn't want it to be too dairy, and it ended up working out really well.
Yum.
So for one serving, you do about one mixture of half condensed milk, half almond milk. I've already pre-mixed it here.
Perfect.
So I'm gonna put it in. Then you're gonna take 2 ounces of whatever your favorite whiskey. Our house whiskey is Old Forester 86. And of course, you have to add the coffee. So I use a concentrated coffee because I want it to give an extra punch.
Let me smell it.
Oh, it's so good. It's amazing.
It's so good.
This is the perfect drink for happy hour because you've just worked 8 hours and you just need a pick-me-up and a little buzz. So we do 1.5 ounces of concentrated coffee.
So you're literally getting the coffee buzz and the buzz from the whiskey.
Exactly. Of course, every coffee drink needs just a little bit of Kahlua.
Yummy.
So we're gonna do 1 ounce of Kahlua.
The smell is so good.
It's so good.
Ooh, you should make like a perfume that smells like that.
Or a candle.
That's classy.
That's so classy. Then of course, I use this really great blender.
It looks space age.
It's very, very cool. I basically Googled Starbucks blender because I didn't want it to be too loud.
Yeah.
Because you have live music going
Right.
on. So you need it to be quiet. However, I made the mistake of the first time I used it, I forgot to put the lid on.
Oh, no.
You still have to put the lid on or it will go everywhere. So make sure you put your lid on. Very, very important. And then-
Adventures in owning a bar.
Exactly. And of course, to make this, you don't need a fancy blender, but
No.
it really helps if you've got live music going. Of course, we serve it in the iconic New York coffee cup. And then my favorite part is we do just a tiny little floater of whiskey. Yeah. And then we top it with coffee grounds.
Oh, wow.
To give it that real special aroma. And it just gets a little bit on there just for decoration.
That's awesome.
And a straw.
Okay, let's give it a try. Wow.
Right?
I don't need a straw. It's like heaven.
It's really good.
That is good.
5 stars?
10 stars. All right, let's toast to Stay Classy Waco.
Stay classy.
Stay classy. Make sure to check out TexasVoicesShow.com, our social media pages, and now on YouTube. We'll see you next time. Are you going to do the cheers, or am I?
Like, should I thank you for coming, or should you thank me for having you?
I'm going to thank you.
Yeah.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Thank you guys so much for... I was going to say feeding me, but you didn't feed me anything.
Feeding me alcohol.
Yeah. This is so good. So good. Okay. Let's put our game faces on. All right, 3, 2, 1.
It was,
So good.
oh my God, I was bawling. There was this crazy twist at the end.
gosh.
I mean, I was bawling my eyes out. And I was like, Colin, you lied to me. You said it was a funny ending.
He was like, you didn't laugh?
Yeah, I was like, oh my God. I was like heartbroken.
We'll see you next time.
Okay, let's do that without Jacob making facial expressions.
Well, what was the expression he's making?
He kind of gave a little.
Okay. He's like, will we see you next time? All right, unless the show gets canceled. And then we won't see you next time, and it'll be sad. All right, hold on.
Drink a little more before we do it again.
Drink break. You know why I messed up? Because I drank some of this, Katie.
It's strong.
Okay, hold on.
Keep doing the job.
Alcohol.
Flame in your eye. But if I'm the backup singer, I'm like, flame. I'm born to love again. I'm a brand new Lindsay. I'm feeling it.